Welcome to the From Imposter to Empowered podcast. I'm your host, Jill Perrick, mindset coach and imposter syndrome expert, and I'm here to tell you that imposter syndrome isn't a life sentence. It's just a dysfunctional way of thinking. If you feel like your ideas are unoriginal, that your message isn't necessary or important, or like you're a complete and total fraud, then you've come to the right place. Time to kick your inner imposter to the curb and create life-changing results for you and your clients. Let's get started. Hello, my beautiful listeners. Welcome back to the From Imposter to Empowered podcast. I'm your host, Jill Perrick, business mindset coach and imposter syndrome expert. I help online entrepreneurs feel capable, worthy, and qualified with the qualifications and the experience that they have now so they can create consistent income in their businesses. And you are listening to this on Wednesday, August 11th, which means that the Worthy Woman Method is open for its second enrollment. This is my lifetime group container where coaches will learn how to create consistent income through doing the inner work, doing the mindset work. You'll overcome that imposter syndrome that's stopping you from selling or stopping you from showing up for your business. The emotions that are coming with being an online entrepreneur and the stress that you're feeling around not being able to make it and thinking you need the secret sauce. We do all of it inside of the method. And I made this a lifetime group coaching container because there is so much to learn and so much growth to be had in online business. And I wanted a safe place for coaches to come. If you're in the first 4 years of your business, whether you haven't signed any clients yet, or whether you have started to sign a couple, or even have a full roster and just the mindset shit is hitting you and you know how important it is to nurture your mindset and work on your inner healing and do the work so you can show up as your best self for you and your clients and your potential clients. That is what we do inside of the method. There's also a ton of strategy in terms of building your audience and building your business and sales, how to actually be ethical in sales and feel good about it, creating content, creating an offer that you're obsessed with. We do simple business inside of the Worthy Woman Method, and I am so excited to announce that the doors are open. The doors are open. You can apply and book a sales call with me, and it's just going to be amazing. I'm so excited for this second enrollment. There's already 8 amazing women inside from the first enrollment, and now we are going into the second. So head to the link in my show notes or go to the link in my bio on Instagram at your coach Jill, and you can apply, book a sales call, and let's change your life and change your coaching business for the better. So to kick off the launch, because this is launch week, I officially launched on Monday. We are going to talk about the bullshit the coaching industry puts on us. You know, we come into the industry and it's brand new, and we take a lot of our 9-to-5 brain, our employee brain, we take beliefs that we had from childhood, we take money mindset beliefs. First of all, I just saw Cruella, and it is just so funny how I remember being a little girl and watching movies and seeing that the rich women were always fucking assholes. And isn't that so funny? And isn't that something that we can be aware of? Because now I know that that was just an image portrayed to me of somebody who was rich, especially because it was a woman, and I can rewrite that. Again, this is the work that we do inside of the Worthy Woman Method, where we rewrite those old stories and old beliefs that are limiting our capacity to achieve right now and make the income that we want to make within our businesses. So interesting. When I was watching that movie, I was like, oh, weird, the one really rich woman is an asshole. Classic. But there's another something that comes up a lot, and it came up for me when I was watching an Instagram story of a pretty well-known business coach, and they were talking about how their program helps their clients create ease and flow in their businesses. And they were promoting strategies and funnels and setting up systems. And I just got the ick. I got the ick, and here's why. Here's why I got the ick, guys. Because ease and flow is bullshit if you don't have emotional resiliency. So let me explain. If you don't have emotional resiliency and emotional adaptability, so resilience is the ability to withstand hard things, essentially, and adaptability is your ability to accommodate or be adaptable to changing circumstances, okay? So when we're talking about emotional resiliency and emotional adaptability, they're pretty similar, but a little bit different here. And the way that you create ease and flow in your business is not going to come from a system. Here's why. This can be a little controversial for my business coaches. And remember, I love you and I am so open to hearing your thoughts, first of all. But second of all, I'm not negating systems and processes. I have a VA that sets up things for me. She's great. I had a whole team at some point and they did funnels for me and emails and all that stuff. They set up my launches before. But now I have that experience in terms of having all those systems set up, okay? And I was a fucking mess because the actual systems in my business did not create safety or ease or calm in my body. Yes, the systems were in place, but I was still operating from a very anxious place. I was still operating from the place of things aren't working, I'm in scarcity, everything sucks, this isn't working out for me, I don't have the it factor, and it doesn't matter if my emails were scheduled, and it doesn't matter if I had a workflow to onboard a client. Again, these things are important, but ease and flow comes from within. And it is bullshit to promote ease and flow if you do not help your client learn how to feel safe within their own body and have emotional resiliency. Because that is the key ingredient to everything that you're going to be doing in your business, is having the emotional resilience and the emotional adaptability to withstand the things that are going to come up in your business. Because again, let me tell you, business is very simple. The way that I run my business is very simple. So I was on the phone with my coach and I was saying how I had a little bit of resistance to taking on more clients. Now, as you guys know, I left my full-time job in May of this year and I became a full-time coach. And that was after 6 years at this organization. 3.5 of those years, I was working my business and working full-time. Okay. So I was pretty tired a lot of the time, very tired a lot of the time. I'm a very low energy person to begin with, but tack on a full-time job where I worked 9 hours a day and then also a job where I worked with people and did coaching and had to do all my own marketing and selling, okay? Like, I was tired. I was a tired bitch. And I was bringing some of that into coaching full time by being like, I don't want to take on too many people because I don't want to exhaust myself. And my coach was like, was it really the amount of people, or was it the stress and the emotional turmoil that you were putting yourself through? And this is something that I always coach my clients on, is that things aren't hard. My business is very simple. I have private coaching clients. I show up for them once a week. We do an hour-long coaching call. And then I have the Worthy Woman Method, where I coach twice a week on Wednesdays in the afternoon and in the evening. And then I have a $22 a month Empowered Energy membership where I show up for about half an hour and do either EFT tapping or Reiki and breath work. So all of these things are very simple to execute. I show up, I coach, I show up, I lead a call, but it is the emotional turmoil that I would put myself through that would cause me to be tired. Like the anxiety of, am I coaching this client good enough? Does this client like me? Are they getting results? What do they think about what I just said? Do people care about what I'm saying? The same thing with selling. You show up, you say words on the screen, you type them into your captions, you show up and you say the things. And the only stress that actually causes is coming from your brain. So the thoughts that you're having around, did I just say that right? Was this too rambly? Are people even going to watch this? It all comes from your thoughts, which creates your feelings. So again, business is very fucking simple, but we make it hard with our emotions and our thoughts. Now, No shame, no guilt. We are human beings, and that's why people like me exist, to help you coach through this stuff. Again, more things in the Worthy Woman method. We focus on emotional management and intentional thought work and thought management, where we go into those thoughts that you're having, we dispel the ones that are not serving you, and we embed more empowering messages that help you actually continue on your way, on your journey, so you can make the money that you want. It's okay that you're a human. It's okay that you have emotions, and it's okay that you are moving through them. Hello, Chester. Chester would also like you to know that it is okay that you are a human. But the bottom line here is that it is not hard to run an online business. Yeah, there are things that you're going to have to figure out and learn how to do and stuff like that. But what makes it hard when you have the audience and you got to show up and do the launch and do all that stuff, what makes it hard is the emotions that you're feeling and the thoughts that you're having about yourself. That's what causes the emotional turmoil. And this is why resiliency and adaptability is so important when it comes to your business. You need to be able to step back and be like, I am going to be okay. I am going to be able to withstand this. I can keep going. This is something that I think people really step over. I know that for me, something that I had thoughts around in the beginning of my coaching was I wanted things to be easy for my clients. And this actually stemmed from an experience that I had as a child, where I think I was talking about this on an earlier podcast, but it's still very much relevant. I had a very loving, doting mother who was a tad bit of an enabler. And whenever I would do something that was hard, or I expressed that I was having a difficult time, she wanted to do it for me or fix it for me. I necessarily wasn't allowed to express big emotions. Like if I had a big emotion, there was something wrong with me. It was kind of like stuffed down. So when I started coaching with my clients, I realized that I was having a hard time with their big emotions because I wanted it to be easy for them. I wanted them to be able to like effortlessly do their tasks and feel good all the time. And that's the whole fucking reason why they're here. That's the whole reason why you are probably thinking like, oh shit, I really need help with my emotional management. I really need help with my thought work. I'm going to work with Jill. And I'm out here expecting you to come in and be perfect. That's how it was in the beginning for me. And the thing is if somebody would have told me in the beginning, like, you're going to go through a fucking ride emotionally and mentally, I don't know if I would have signed up for it, because our brains are always seeking that safety. Our brains are always seeking that to feel comfortable, to feel good. That's why it's so easy to say shit like, you need to step outside of your comfort zone. But like, people actually very rarely do, because it actually is fucking terrifying to step outside of your comfort zone. It's actually literally one of the hardest things you will ever do. The fear is so real. And when it comes to running your business, if somebody would have told me you are going to literally be doing inner work until the day you die, and that is going to be the main foundation of your business, I'd be like, I'm not fucking signing up for that. There's no way. It's so funny because I started my business to not public speak so much because I have a stutter. So I would tell myself like, oh, I'm just going to be able to work as a coach and control my environment. And LOL, like, I literally public speak all the time. I think I've also said that on the podcast before, but like, I public speak constantly for my business. I go on live, I have this podcast, I talk on my Instagram stories, I go to events. Like, this is public speaking fucking 101, right? Anyways, we avoid emotion. I also have a client who, if she senses that she's going to feel uncomfortable in the future, she avoids doing those things. And this is something that honestly is not talked about enough. And when a business coach says you're going to create ease and flow in your business, people want a quick fix. They want to feel better, but what they think is that the feeling better comes from an external circumstance instead of from inside of them, instead of from inside of you. Did you know that you can create safety in your body? Again, this is something that we really go hard on in the Worthy Woman method, because when you feel safe, you are so open to possibilities and the amazingness that is going to come your way, instead of thinking, I have no resources. Because when you feel unsafe, you feel that way. You feel like you have no resources. You think things aren't working out for me. You make everything a problem. You kitchen sink everything in terms of all your issues that you're having. And emotions will lie to you. Your emotions will make you question everything within your business. And that's why emotional management is so important, because it increases your resilience, it increases your adaptability. And you didn't come into entrepreneurship because it was easy. You may have thought that you did, and may have seen some people on Instagram talking about their services and be like, I can do that. But it's okay that it's hard. Like, it's okay that it feels hard for you right now. It's simple, but it feels hard. And that's okay if it feels hard, and you can work through that. And there are tools and resources and work that you can do so it feels a little less hard. And then you will realize how simple it actually is. Like, after I came to that realization of the fact that it was only emotionally draining for me because I was overthinking everything that I was doing, my energy skyrocketed with my clients. I could do 3 to 4 calls a day and feel totally fine, feel totally alive. And that is because I wasn't overthinking my coaching calls. I trust my clients, I trust myself, and I know that they get amazing results. I know that they are going to create amazingness in their lives. And that had to come from a deep place of certainty within myself and a deep sense of inner trust that I'm on the right path and that I am doing a good job and that I am good enough. And that comes from creating safety in my body and creating safety in myself. And that also means that I am emotionally resilient and emotionally adaptable to whatever comes my way. I am extremely open to the fact that anything could happen at any given point, but I don't use that against myself. I use it for myself. I use it as leverage that, like, any money or any client or any opportunity could drop out of thin air. If you have been listening to me for a while, you also know that my house burnt down, and this was my childhood home. My parents still lived there, and so did my younger sister. Thankfully, everybody got out. Our cat did pass away. Our 15-year-old cat did pass away, but that was completely unexpected and something that really rocked me, but I was still okay at the end of it. Even though it was really depressing and really difficult, and it truthfully still is a lot of the days, I got through it, and my family got through it, and my business got through it. I took a couple weeks off after that. I mean, I did do a launch, which I learned a lot about taking rest for myself and like taking a break when stuff like that happens. But it was something that was completely unexpected, and I had emotional adaptability. I had emotional resilience to push through that. And that's what you need to have too. I know that it feels hard that you have to show up and work your full-time job. I know that it feels hard that you have to create content and think of these things that a lot of other people, they just get to leave work at the end of the day and not even have to think about it. But you're creating something so much bigger here, and you're creating a legacy. You're creating generational wealth and generational worth so that your children, their children, your grandchildren, so the people around you can feel the impact of what you're creating. And I don't want a couple of negative emotions or shitty days or hard times to derail you. And that's why flow and ease doesn't come from a system or a strategy. Flow and ease comes from your emotional resilience, your emotional adaptability to when shit hits the fan and you recenter yourself, to you feeling calm and safe in your body, for you to know that no matter what, you are going to be okay. And then you can create from that energy, create from that place instead of a scarce, anxiety-ridden place thinking it's not working, my business isn't working, is this all for nothing, blah, blah, blah. That is not going to create the business of your dreams. If you want to create the business of your dreams, if you want to create the kind of coaching business where people are dropping in to work with you, all the amazing possibilities are happening, and you have the emotional resilience, the tenacity, the drive, the motivation to keep going, and the ability to create consistent income months in your business, then the Worthy Woman Method is your meal ticket. We are open for enrollment. This is the second enrollment. This is a lifetime access group container. So once you're in for life. You get lifetime access to the group coaching calls, to the Slack community, and to the ever-flowing and ever being uploaded to client portal, which has tons of resources like business resources around sales and creating content, tons of resources around the inner work, shadow work, inner child work, mindset. Everything is in that client portal. It is chef's kiss. It's my baby. And we want you inside of the method. So you can go to the link in my show notes and apply, book a sales call with me, and we can talk about if it's a good fit for you. Or you can go to the link in my bio on Instagram at your coach Jill, and you can find the link there as well to book a sales call with me and see if the Worthy Woman Method is for you. I love you guys. I'll see you next week. Thanks so much for listening to the From Imposter to Empowered podcast. Check out the show notes to get started on your free 3-day challenge to overcome your inner imposter. Once you're done listening today, screenshot this episode and share it to your Instagram story, tagging me at your coach Jill so I can share it on my page. See you next time.